Time now for an update from Fox Carolina News and Fox Carolina Weather. Weather rates certified most accurate.
Good Wednesday afternoon. A lot colder out there. Very gray, just feels damp in the air. We'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Kendra Kent, who's back with us this afternoon to see how your forecast is shaping up heading to the weekend, and of course that New Year's Eve, New Year's Day forecast as well. But right now, let's head to foxcarolina.com and look at some of the headlines we're following right now. Many Americans might have seen those stimulus payments hit their bank accounts overnight, while others will have to wait a little while longer as the paper checks went out today. Of course, this is for the $600 relief for COVID-19 payments coming from the federal government. Of course, if you make under $75,000 in your gross income in 2019, you're eligible for the $600. For couples under $150,000, you will receive that $1,200. And if you have qualifying children, you will still get that $600 check from the government. Now, of course, not the $2,000 check many were looking forward to after Mitch McConnell and the Senate blocked that. But again, that could still be voted on, and this could increase in the coming weeks. But as of today, those $600 checks are rolling out. And if you have any issues and you do not get your check, you can file this on your 2020 tax return. Just head to this article and has all of that information on what you need to know just in case you don't get a check and you do qualify. Again, you can file that on your 2020 tax return, your federal one, that is. And we also are getting new information from DHEC today about the number of COVID-19 cases in the state and the vaccine distribution and allocation in the state. Now, we have set a record today with the percent positive. It's over 31%, folks. That is alarming. It's the highest we have seen since the pandemic hit back in March. Now, I look at how many vaccines and allocations have went out. There's a breakdown. While we're ahead of many states across the Southeast, we're still behind, while many states are still getting more of the vaccine and giving those distributions out at this point. As of the numbers today, we saw 2,323 new COVID-19 cases with 42 additional deaths. You can read more about that and get a county-by-county breakdown inside that news article there that has a link to the DHEC's website that breaks all of those down. And also, as we've been telling you, an attempted murder suspect has been captured in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Jericho Bailey was wanted for a shooting at the Palmetto Inn in Simpsonville on Sunday afternoon. He was arrested thanks to a joint task force made up of Greenville County deputies and several other jurisdictions, along with the U.S. Marshals and the Fayetteville Police Department. He will be extradited back to the upstate in the coming days to formally be charged with attempted murder. We're told that a victim was shot 3 times and is still in stable condition. And of course, the Greenville mayor and health leaders across the upstate asking folks to stay home for New Year's Eve to stop the spread of the virus, as the upstate is leading in the number of COVID-19 cases, and the hospitals are becoming very close to capacity in those ICU units. So again, you can read more about the mayor's plan. Of course, also SLED and police will be out in force, making sure folks are following those executive orders from the governor when it comes to New Year's Eve parties and alcohol sales after 11 p.m. Well, speaking of New Year's Eve, it will look a lot different this year. It could be rainy as well. Chief Meteorologist Kendra Kent back with us after a few days off following Christmas. Glad to see you, Kendra. Yeah. And I'll tell you, we're going to ring out the 2020 with probably a rain, right?
Oh, I know. It's not looking like the nicest weather for any celebrations. And even 2021 will start very wet. Just a few showers, though, possible going into tonight and early on New Year's Eve. Temperatures in the low 40s. It's just going to stay chilly, cloudy. You'll get that drizzle, kind of like you might have run into today, especially in the mountains. A few showers possible in western North Carolina, upper 30s on the way. In tomorrow's forecast, light rain. Won't rain all day, just kind of scattered about, making for a dreary New Year's Eve. Upper 50s in the upstate, mid 50s in the mountains, so a little bit warmer than it was today. And then we'll be looking ahead to a more widespread threat for rain as we head toward New Year's Day. Much more coming up on the 4, 5, and 6 o'clock newscasts, and of course at 10 and 11 tonight. And be sure to download the Fox Carolina app.